There's something special about fighting for your life against post-apocalyptic bandits while Dean Martin croons "Ain't That a Kick in the Head" that sets the Fallout games apart from any other franchise. Even though the games are set in the far-off future, the series always goes out of its way to create a universe that is essentially a nightmarish version of the 1950s that never ends. The songs that we hear in the Wasteland set this tone perfectly, and it's clear that the developers paid close attention to the music of the era, paying homage to these classic artists throughout the series. Let's start with the obvious. Most fans will probably know that Fallout New Vegas's Mr. New Vegas is voiced by singer and entertainer Wayne Newton. This of course is a reference to Newton's well-known status as Mr. Las Vegas in the real world, a title he gained by being a popular attraction for decades and by performing an estimated 30,000 shows in the city. Mr. New Vegas actually references Newton's music at one point.
This is Mr. New Vegas, and I hope I'm not coming on too strong.
This is a nod to Wayne Newton's 1965 song Coming On Too Strong. That's not the only hidden musical reference that Mr. New Vegas makes though. He also quotes the leader of the Elvis-inspired gang The Kings, saying,
"The leader of the Kings, who would only identify himself as the King, voiced his displeasure, calling NCR citizens, quote, the devil in disguise. He added he didn't want to see the NCR in the ghetto, and called for a mass, quote, return to sender."
While that may sound odd to your average gamer, it's actually a reference to the Elvis Presley songs Devil in Disguise, In the Ghetto, and Return to Sender, respectively. Sticking with New Vegas, many players will probably recognize the game's group of entertainers, the Rad Pack Review, as a reference to the Rat Pack, which included Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., as well as a few other guys that no one really cares about. Speaking of Frank Sinatra, not only is his cover of the song Blue Moon featured in the debut trailer for New Vegas, but he also has a number of quests named after his many hit songs, including Ring-a-Ding-Ding, Come Fly With Me, and My Kind of Town. So while both Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra's works make appearances in the game, it's Sammy Davis Jr. who is a fairly major character based off him, Tommy Torrini. Not only were both of them popular singers and the only African Americans in their group, they were also both missing an eye. Sammy Davis Jr. lost his in a car accident, and, like Tommy Torrini, wore an eye patch while performing. After a while though, Davis decided to permanently switch out the patch for a glass eye. Fallout 3 contains some of the best musical references thanks to Vault 92, which was specifically designed to preserve musical and artistic talent after the bombs fell. The vault is located just outside of Old Olney. Many fans believe this to be a deliberate reference to the James Hubert Blake High School, which is located in the area Olney, Maryland in the real world. The school specializes in art and is named after the influential jazz artist U.B. Blake. While inside Vault 92, you may come across a terminal mentioning a past resident of the vault named Gordy Summers. This is a very subtle reference to Gordon Summers, whose name you may not recognize at first. That's because he went on to be better known as Sting, lead singer of the 80s band The Police, as well as a popular solo artist in his own right. If you're not familiar with him specifically, you're probably at least familiar with The Police's best-known song, Every Breath You Take, the lyrics to which are astoundingly creepy. That's not the only reference hidden in the vault. The character Zoe Hammerstein, a young classical musician whose slow descent into madness are chronicled in her terminal entries, is actually named after Oscar Hammerstein II, a Broadway lyricist and songwriter who won 8 Tony Awards, but is now best known for his work on the classic musical The Sound of Music. Hammerstein must have been popular with the Bethesda development team because that's not the only place his influence is felt in the game. The Tex Beneke song A Wonderful Guy that plays on Galaxy News Radio was co-written by Hammerstein in 1949. As the overseer of Vault 92, Richard Rubin was the de facto leader of all the musicians left after the bombs fell. It is probably no coincidence then that he shares his name with Rick Rubin, a major music mogul and producer who has worked with tons of big names, including Johnny Cash, Tom Petty, ZZ Top, Lady Gaga, Lana Del Rey, and Kanye West, as well as being the founder of Def Jam's Recordings, a label that helped hip-hop become mainstream. I don't know if anyone could claim to be the master of the musical world, but Rick Rubin definitely comes close. You thought you knew Fallout, but hopefully you learned just a thing or two more. Do you know any other historical or literary references we didn't cover here? Share them in the comment section below and we might include it in a future episode. If you like Hidden History, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Hi there, I'm Austin, the voice of Hidden History, and I don't have any witty anecdotes today. I'm not singing today, even though it's the musical episode. I'm very sorry about that. Here's a sound test that I did earlier where I sing a little bit. All right, Hidden History music episode mic check. Ain't that a kick in the head? If you're not busy, you should go find Shoddycast on Facebook and like their page, and you should follow them on Twitter, where there's all kinds of funny things and news and all sorts of stuff. And you should be there, and you should be here next week for more Hidden History.